Welcome to Langley Firearms Academy Live. I hope all of you are having a great Saturday night. I wanted to do a live stream for you just because I haven't seen you guys in a hot minute. You haven't been able to interact with me other than watch the videos that I'm releasing, and I really like this interaction, so that's why I'm doing a live stream. Lots of really cool stuff coming up. We've got Tannerite videos coming out in the future. We've got sponsorship opportunities coming out in the future. Really excellent stuff. And it's all because of you guys. And because you guys are so awesome, I really want to jump in here and give you guys the opportunity to interact with me, ask me questions, dive in. I'll show you some cool stuff about some of the products I'm featuring. Anything you want, just let me know. This live stream is going to run for about 30 minutes, and hopefully we can make it happen now. All right. Hey man, remember me? I'm a Marine pool now. So apparently someone who's watched me in the past is now a Marine. That is awesome. Congratulations. That's excellent. I love to hear that kind of stuff. Semper Fi. But I don't think I can actually say that because I'm not one of them. I'm not a Marine. But I wish I could be, though. That'd be awesome. Shane Hopkins says hello. What's up, Shane? Hope everything is good. Have you guys, just out of curiosity, have you watched the Rip Bullets yet? The Rip Bullet videos? These guys? If you have, I'd love to talk to you guys about that. I'll give you any kind of behind-the-scenes footage you can think of, any kind of question. Ghost Tactical says, I'm a Marine, Semper Fidelis. And thank you for your service, by the way, everyone who is a member of the armed forces of any branch. But the Marines hold a special place in my heart, because I don't know, I watch Gibbs from NCIS a lot, and I kind of identify with that guy. So, and plus, Marines kind of destroy everything they put in their path, and they're usually pretty good people, so I like me some Marines. Most of the Marines I know, they're really rough around the edges. Some of the funniest people I know, and probably the best people I know. So I'm okay with that. But did you guys see these bullets? Did you see the video where I was just shooting some 2x4s with the rip rounds? These things are crazy. Really cool. Put it down here in the light. Nah, that's not good. Over here. Really, really cool rounds. Oh, it's awesome. Garcia says he's going to join the Marines soon. That's awesome. I love that. Ghost Tactical says RIP rounds are sweet. Yeah, they were sweet. That was crazy. Did you actually see what happened to the 2x4s there in that video I put up 2 days ago? If you guys are new to this, what do I think about Anderson brand AR-15s? I think they are perfectly fine when you're building your own. Anderson AR-15s are really, really good lowers, especially strip lowers. They're really good. They are. They make the lowers for most of the companies you can think of that actually sell lowers. Good brand for that. I always build my own AR-15s, and Anderson, I have a few Anderson ARs that I've built, and they're all very high quality. But as soon what you guys were saying about these bullets, I shot some 2x4s with these rounds. And I also compare the Critical Duty and the Telos rounds. Really cool results. A lot of things happen that I didn't expect. So if you get a chance, check out the 2x4 video. Give you guys a little sneak peek a little ahead of time. Angel says I'm badass. Thank you, Angel. I don't know if I'm badass. I like shooting me some guns, but I don't know about that. The next video that we're doing with the rip rounds and Critical Duty is for drywall. So I did 2x4s first to simulate 2x4 interaction, and then I'm doing drywall, which will simulate drywall. So that's what we're thinking. Josh says, Andersons are awesome, love mine, just get an H3 buffer and you'll have trouble with 5.5, or you'll have trouble with 5.56 NATO. I am Demands. I love what you're doing. I am clueless about a lot that you've given. He's awesome. Hey bud, love the content, keep it up. Do you believe you can make a video on how certain rounds react heavy brush, i.e. deviation success? That's actually a really good idea. I want to do a video of that. I really want to do it on 5.56 and 300 blackout. I really want to fire through some brush and see the interactions between the rounds, because a lot of the vets from Vietnam that I've spoken with, they all said the same thing. They all say, you know, the AR-15 is awesome. Which is better, USCCA or the new NRA Guard? They do very similar things. Honestly, I haven't researched all the way into each one of them, but I would encourage you to do that research. But they both do great things. I always lean towards supporting the NRA because they do a lot of the legal battles that I don't have the clout to do. I can do the entertainment, I can do the information, I can do a lot of the spread the knowledge. Can't do that stuff. Josh says, Mike, U.S. Law Shield. I don't know what that means, but I liked it anyway. But what I was saying was, so in Vietnam, a lot of the soldiers were telling me that, hey, the the M16 is a good gun, but sometimes when you're firing through that amount of brush, the bullets were ricocheting off and crazy stuff like that. And the AK-47 didn't do that because it had a big round. Will you carry a CZ-75B if this is the only gun you have? It's okay. Yes, it's a good gun. I would carry that. So in Vietnam, a lot of people were saying, a lot of soldiers were reporting that the M16 was malfunctioning and wasn't working, or that sound and lighting very good, Lightwood, California. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that. I'm actually in my garage using a lamp workshop and my iPhone, so I'm glad you like it. The Vietnam thing, though, basically, in short, small, little bullet moving fast, M16, 7.62 by 39, which was the AK-47 round at the time, used by the Viet Cong, was a big bullet going slow. So it would basically plow through leaves and plow through brush, while the M16, the 5.56, would kind of hit and just bounce off and would be redirected at times. That's the feedback I've got. I was never there, obviously. All right, Stephen N. Looks like he's starting to fight. I love it. 9mm or 40 Smith & Wesson. They both do amazing stuff. Do what works for you. Ghost says M16 was decent, but it had a lot of issues. It did have a lot of issues early on, but they have fixed it since. 9mm versus 40 Smith & Wesson. I'm going to be honest with you. I really like a 40. I love me a good 40. In my own experience, and this is just me talking from my experience, I'm better with a 40 from a standpoint of accuracy. It has more mass going down range at roughly the same velocity, and I really like a 40. However, 9mm is also a good round. Trust me, it'll still do it. It'll still do the trick. No issues with that. And that's why we have 17 versus 19 rounds. You know, it's just drive the point home. You know, that's my philosophy. All right, so I'm going to give you a sneak peek on something else. So, the thumbnail kind of gives it away, but I am working on a special project right now which will be released once a week, and it's exciting. Hey man, is the 300 blackout suppressed subsonic actually that quiet? It is ridiculously quiet. The answer to that question is stupidly quiet. The reason why is that is a subsonic round moving underneath the sound barrier coming out of a silencer, a 308 silencer, which is a little bit longer of a silencer. So the combination of very slow projectile with no sound barrier, or with no breaking of the sound barrier, and a long suppressor goes, I mean, you can barely hear it. It's like shooting a 45 ACP out of a silencer. He says he's been thinking of getting one. I would highly recommend it. I love the 300 blackout round. By far one of my favorite rounds on the market. And it gets so much crap. And I don't care, because it's an amazing round. If you really dive into the research for what it's meant for, it's amazing. How much does it slow down? Ghost Tactics says, how much does it slow down? I assume he means the 300 blackout. Mike says, all he hears in mine is the click of the trigger. That's accurate on a 300 blackout suppressed AR. The projectile actually doesn't get slowed down by the silencer. The silencer absorbs the gases behind the barrel, or in the barrel behind the bullet. So when the gas comes out, it basically provides baffling to slow down over time instead of expanding real quick, which is the gunshot that you hear. So it doesn't actually slow the bullet down. The bullet's below the sound barrier. I mean, it's below 1,100 feet per second, which is like right at that sound barrier level. It comes out roughly the similar velocity of a 45. A little bit faster, but it's crazy. Alright, what is one cheap but good quality AR-15 and 300 blackout? Honestly, I'll be transparent with you. Building your own is the cheapest. You get the best parts for less money, and it's just an amazing experience building an AR-15. But if you're going to buy one, I would buy... it's kind of hard to find 300 blackout ARs by major manufacturers, so a lot of them don't make it yet. Daniel Defense makes a good one, but it's pricey. I mean, because everything they touch is pricey. I've seen some in SIG. I've seen some by not a lot. Honestly, not a lot of them. What I would do is I would get a completed lower, which is around $250 on Palmetto State Armory. Diamondback's not bad. I wouldn't recommend it over making your own, but I mean, if you're going to do it for $600, that's a good choice. For me, I would get a completed lower from Palmetto State Armory. It's like $240, no, like $175, and then I would get an upper from Palmetto State Armory, which is 300 blackout, and that's going to cost you around $250 to $300. So you're still on that $500 to $600 range but you get to get the 300 blackout, and then you can also switch back and forth between two uppers, 5.56 and 300 blackout, which is one of the reasons I love it so much. This is the really cool stuff that I've got coming out, right? That's 6 pounds of tannerite. I'm excited. So we'll be doing that once a week. Very cool stuff. So once a week, you'll have a day where you say, what is Braden up to? Oh my God, it's that day of the week. It must be time to blow something up. And it's going to be every single week, on that day, probably at the same time, because why not? But yeah, it's going to be awesome. Got some great stuff coming your way. I'm still fine-tuning it, but very pumped. But now, I'm going to take this opportunity for a short commercial break. Did you guys see this bag? This bag's amazing. I'm just saying. Kenai Pro Gear did this bag, and it is epic. I know you can't see a lot. I'm gonna do a full review on it, but I just want to show you guys. And it comes with these little, cool little pouches that separate it and come out and stuff. Really cool bag. And plus, you get 15% off when you use my code. I think it's LFA 2015. I'll put it in the description or something. But hey, commercial break over. So, getting back to the good stuff. I'm so amped about that. That's going to be so much fun. Alright guys, I like the questions. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. We are coming up on about the 35% mark on this stream. What we got? Done my one little product plug. I might do one at the end. We'll see what happens. Oh man. Clover Tack says he makes his own binary. That sounds like a whole lot of dangerous. Alright, Josh. Gold Dot 124 plus P versus Hoghead is one of my favorite YouTube vids ever. Thank you. Oh, hey, no problem. I'm glad I could help. I love me some pighead videos. And honestly, I'm just waiting for YouTube to go, this is not acceptable for my sponsors. I cannot accept this. You have been demonetized. Hadn't happened yet, but I'm just waiting. Oh, Edwin says, can you greet me in one of your fan and subscriber from the Philippines? Oh, cool. I will try my best to get you in one of these things from the Philippines. That's kind of cool. Fan and subscriber from the Philippines. That's one of the coolest things about this YouTube channel is that it's all over the world. I mean, the top regions that this channel is viewed is obviously the United States, a little bit of Canada, the Philippines, Brazil, and like Ukraine, like Sweden, something like that. It's pretty cool. Ghost says, I tried to make Mason a rock star. I did. I called him out. It was awesome. Oh, Pat says it'd be cool to see a 30-30 hoghead test. I'm actually working on that. I am in an unusual situation right now with my YouTube channel. I actually have the next 12 months of video content planned out, which is very rare. Very, very rare. If you've ever interacted with a YouTube channel or personality or however you classify them, usually the content is the hardest part. And I set out to do 3 videos a week 2.5 years ago. And I've held that pretty strong. There's been some times when I've had 1 or 2 videos a week. To be honest, I had in the time I've had this YouTube channel, I've had 2 children. And that's not easy to keep YouTube channel stuff going up when you have newborns and you have kids coming into the world and you have 3 kids total. It's just not easy. So I've tried my best, and I think I've held a pretty good balance, but exciting stuff. What are thoughts about the Army replacing the M9 for the SIG P320? That caught me off guard. What are your thoughts on an SBR PS90? Woo! Pre-record, then release over time works for me. That's exactly what I do. 5.56 or 308. Wow, that was a lot of questions. Okay, I'm going to try to remember those. I might not. I'm going to be real. 5.56 or 308 depends what I'm doing. If I'm in the military, I'm doing 5.56. If I'm hunting, I'm doing 308. All my hunting cartridges are 308 caliber. Love it. You've got a 300 blackout. You've got 308. You've got 30-06. Those are my 3 rounds. Then you got 30 carbine. Then you got 30-30. Those are all the rounds that I hunt with, and I would never hunt with a 5.56. 30 is my favorite. I love me a 30 caliber. Jason asks, CM9 or G43? I'm going Glock 43. And if you've seen my channel, I am not a huge Glock fanboy. I'm just not. I like guns because they work and because they're effective, and I just like the way they work in my hands. That's how I always train people, and I always tell people, hey, get gun works for you, right? Don't fall for branding and marketing, fall for you, right? But in that case, the Glock 43 is my go-to on that, just because it's a slick gun. It is. The 42 is even more impressive to me, because when I fire that gun, that's the first 380 I've ever fired where it wasn't like just a pain to nail and be accurate with. So Glock kind of got my attention with those. Now in the case of the 43, it's almost a 26, just a little thinner. It's like a 26 when on a diet. But I mean, it works. I would get between the two. I'd get a 26 just because you have a little bit more ammo, and I don't really need that extra slim feature because I'm not exactly a small dude, right? So guns kind of melt on me a little bit easier just because I got a lot of area and mass. But for smaller individuals and concealed carry situations, the Glock 43 is an awesome gun. Awesome gun. All right, so I covered the 308, the 5.56. I covered the I can't remember the other ones. Mike says 10mm or 357 mag for a trail pistol. 10 mil all day. And the reason I say 10 mil is because I never shot a 380 that I didn't have to stiff arm. Amen. That's kind of poppy. The thing about, oh God, I completely forgot where I was going with that. Oh no, that's okay. He's just correcting. I completely forgot what I was saying. Reading and talking and live streaming, not easy. Throw that out there. I completely forgot what I was just talking about. So, just gonna move on then. This is awkward. Oh man. 5.7 by 28mm is a CQC round. Ah, Mike, that's right, 10mm. Thank you. Show notes. Get out of here, Clover. The reason that I would do a 10 mil over a 357 is 357s are typically wheel guns. They're typically revolvers. I know there are some semi-automatics built like that, but they're specialty cases. 10 millimeter is incredibly powerful. It's a semi-automatic. It's usually a full-size gun, and there's nothing out there that is not going to be stopped by a 10 mil. Especially it's the same diameter as a 40 cal. Should you give your girlfriend a gun? Depends how close that girlfriend is. Fiance? Yes. Girlfriend? Maybe. It really depends on their comfort level with firearms. Depends on the situation that they're in, their maturity level, their confidence level. There's a lot of pieces to that one. That's a situational case by case. Clover says, how cray-cray is she? That's kind of what I was alluding to. Oh, man. That's funny stuff. Zach says hi. What's up, Zach? But yeah, going back to that, Mike, I would definitely say 10 mil versus over 357 for a trail gun. That's just my own personal belief. Man, you guys really like this girlfriend comment. Josh says, not if they have life insurance on you. And Ghost says, psychological testing required. Wow, you got some jaded people up in here. Man. Oh, man. It is funny, though. My first reaction was, eee. And hide all the tannerite. Hide it. Don't let it be under your bed. Oh, Mike, but I hope that answered your question on 10 mil versus 357, and that brought some points into the case. Ada says, take the firing pin out before you give it to her. That's funny. Thoughts on atomic ammo? Never tried it. I've never tried it as well. Texas is a dark place. Only at nighttime. CZ, Bren or Scar? I love my Bren. Brens are awesome, but I'm going to be real. That Scar is amazing. I really like the Scar 17. That 308. Oh, giggity. It's so pretty. It's way overpriced, but it's amazing. All right. Angel says, saludos desde Mexico. Mexico. Someone is saying hello from Mexico. What's up, man? Buenos dias. New to the channel. Love the cool gun stuff. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate that. I work hard on this. I'm really glad you guys like it. AR, the 308 or 300 blackout for deer? I'm going to be real. Both will work. I'm going to be hunting with a 300 blackout for deer this year just because it's closer ranges. Like I did some videos on this, about 100. Poquito español. I did some videos on this where I was explaining 308 and 300 blackout and the differences. And so, later, Jason. Jason's out. He says, nice talking. He's got to go do something special and then go to bed. And so in the East, Anthony, that's totally up to you, man. If it's a safety thing, it's all you. If you're talking about hunting in the East, you're in about 100 to a 200 yard range on hunting a deer. Typically, you have longer options, but typically it's brush and woods hunting. And so if you're doing a 308, you've got a lot of extra power there and a lot of extra range, which you really don't need. The 300 Blackout has lower recoil. It can be suppressed a lot easier. It's in an AR platform, has all the same adapters, has all the same accessories, has everything that you would need in the 5.56, but it's in a 300 Blackout. I do 300 Blackout. You've got everything you need, and I'm going to make a lot of videos this year on hunting season about proving that. Zach says he's been using AR-15s for 2 years, which is awesome. Anthony, I'm not trying to knock on your girlfriend or anything, but you know, it's your choice, man. You know that situation better than I do. But I am excited about the hunting videos that are coming up. Very, very cool. I'm excited. This year is going to be a great year. I haven't been able to go hunting for probably about a year and a half, 2 years now, just because of my family situation. It keeps on growing and multiplying. So this year, maybe we won't have a newborn or a pregnant wife. Then I can go hunting. So that's good. I'll show you something cool. I'm in Minnesota, and we have no choice to use a slug. Recommendations for a good deer slug round. There are a few really good deer slug rounds. Remington makes some excellent ones. I've never heard a bad thing about some Remington ones. Special note on that, if you're going to do deer hunting in that regard with a shotgun, make sure you either have a smoothbore shotgun and you use rifled slugs, or you have a rifled shotgun barrel and use non-rifled slugs. It's important. So the rifling is what gives that bullet that spin, and if you have a rifled bullet, that's what you put into a smoothbore shotgun, which is a typical shotgun, and then it actually spins because the ridges are on the bullet. The rifled slug barrel is different. I killed an 11-point buck with a 17 HMR. That's impressive and possibly illegal. Just throwing that out there because there are minimum caliber requirements in a lot of states. Oh man, what else I gotta show you guys? I know I can show you. This is some cool stuff. Hold on. Alright, so this thing's cool. Oh, got 2 comments I think I missed. Love my HR slug hunter, it's awesome. Zach, that was a joke. Okay, cool. Alright, so this thing is something that I made for hog hunting. This is a hog hunting trap, right? So this is an entire 5-foot section of PVC pipe capped on this end with a little chain and loop, and then all throughout it's got holes drilled. And what happens if you take this off like a dish is a 308 the same as a 300 AAC. It is not the same cartridge, it is the same projectile. And when you take this off, you can take this right out. Well, not this part, sorry. You take this off and corn goes down inside. And when corn's inside, what that does is it makes a jingling noise every time a pig comes near it and knocks it for food. Because that's the idea. They knock this, and as they knock it, the corn comes out of here, these little holes. And only one kernel at a time, so they're constantly knocking it like this. And because I have bells in here, they learn that bells mean food. And so anytime something comes and knocks the bells on the food, they come running to defend their territory and eat the food. So when I'm hunting, I'll just like pull on the chain a little bit and then go sit in a tree and then hopefully we'll have some bacon. But that's my little pig rig. Isn't that cool? I made 2 of these for like 40 bucks. I was like, sweet. Oh man. Yeah, so that's one thing I've got coming for you. I got so much stuff coming for you guys. I am on like cloud 9. Yeah, I got like 12 months of footage stuff. That is entrapment. Pigs are gonna sue. They don't even know it's coming. We all good. Zach says, what is my favorite gun? Oh my god. Tenna wants to see some guns, but I don't have any guns out right now. Roland says, gotta love that pig rig. It is awesome. It's an awesome rig. I'm excited. I made it. It worked. I was like, oh my god, I made it. It worked. My favorite gun? Oh, shiza. That's a really hard question. Glock 19 or 17? Glock 19 is the most popular civilian purchase gun in the world, and 17 is the most popular law enforcement. So I like a 19. What state am I in? I am in Georgia. Dale says 300 blackout. That's right, Dale. That's what's up. My favorite gun is probably my 308. Probably. My AR-10 that I built. That's probably my favorite gun. Clover says, most like the 19. I prefer the 17, and especially my 17 long slide. Can you greet Magandang Umaga? It means good morning in the Philippines. I will try, but I don't know if that's going to work out. I'm being honest with you. But yeah, I'd say my AR-10. The AR-10 that I actually watched the video on, or excuse me, I made the video on assembling is probably one of my favorites. That's a good question, Andy. Yeah, you said that earlier. My thoughts on the Army replacing the M9 for the SIG P320. That's an interesting move. I like that it's striker fired. Dale says his next purchase is an AR-10. That's what I'm talking about. I love my AR-10. Love it so much. The 320 is a newer gun. It is striker fire, which makes it a little bit easier to maneuver. It's not a bad gun at all. The Beretta M9 was a legend. I like the SIG P320 a little bit more because it kind of brings the gun, it brings into the modern era with firearms. But I'm not going to knock the M9 either. The M9's a great gun. But I don't know, something always weirded me out when the slide was like hollowed out and it was sliding on the barrel. It was kind of crazy. My next purchase is a Mossberg Scorpion. Nice! That's awesome. Oh, got bugs. My sidearm in the Marines was a Beretta. I heard they were releasing some surplus to the market. Nostalgia. If they released it to the market, I would be curious to get one. The other benefit to the 320 is the 320 is actually polymer and the M9 was steel. So, it's a lighter gun. But they also got rid of the 45 and adopted the 9mm, which I'm kind of like, come on, guys. Come on. Let's do this. Let's just get a big old bullet. Oh, man. But I've actually heard the special forces are adopting the 45s. God bless America. That's right, Bolts de Luna. God bless America. Frickin' A. We got some crazy stuff going on right now in this world, but God bless America is right. Even with the Trump stuff and all the politics and all that crap. Nah, get out of here. Just get on YouTube. The best handgun you should get for a female beginning shooter. I would take them into a range, and I would put the guns in their hands to make sure they feel comfortable actually in their physical hand, then take them inside the range and shoot that gun to see if they like it. That's exactly what I would do. Tina says the Smith & Wesson Shield is the best beginning firearm. I wouldn't necessarily agree with that because that is a smaller gun, and smaller guns typically jump a little bit more, make it harder to train. My wife is a wheel gun gal, loves her 38. Well, she's got class. I like that. 38s are awesome. They're good guns. Little wheel guns are always kind of nostalgic and fun. But man, I have the memory of a goldfish when I'm doing this. I forgot what I was going to say. Tina agrees with me. He says, true. I do have the memory of a goldfish. It happens. Whoa. I don't even know what that means. I'm not going to read that one. It could be bad. Oh, it says they're going to have 10,000 M9 units available to the public. That's kind of cool. Ghost says the Shield is a great gun for women. It is a great gun for women. I'm just talking about beginners. That's all. That's the only thing I'm avoiding. The Shield's a great gun. I'm not trying to knock it, Tina. He says it's not true about what I said about the Shield. Bolts asked 556 or 223. I do 556 all day long. It's better to train on. It's more realistic that you have that in a survival situation than 223. And plus the 556 AR-15 shoot both. 223s don't like to do that as much. More pressure involved. It's great stuff. I love these live things. I say every time they're going to be 30 minutes, and then there's 26 people watching right now, and I'm like, well, okay, 28 people watching right now. Maybe I'll hang it in here. But any questions you want, guys, I'll keep going as long as you want me to go up until about 45 to 50 minutes. And I say that now, and then I'll keep going later. But I love talking with you guys. It's kind of cool. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys like this live stream option? Dale meant S&W, and he said S&M, which is why I didn't say anything. That could have been awkward. What are my thoughts on the Ruger 556? Ruger 5.56 is a great AR-15. Live streams are where it's at. Thank you. Josh says yes. I assume yes to live streams. Appreciate it. Anything that you guys want to share out and get more people in this live stream, I'm totally down with that. This is all about outreach and getting more people onto the channel, which can support it and get it a little bit better. He likes it a lot as long as it stays on topic like this one. Others stray from guns. Totally true. That's my fault. Clover asked me, do I reload? Yes, I do reload. I love reloading. Actually, I have some reloading videos. Hello from Delaware. What is your opinion on Anderson Arms AR-15s? That's the same question I had earlier. They are great guns. What's best for home defense? Glock 17, AR-15, or 12 gauge? I did an entire playlist on that last month, so check that out. I personally think a 9mm or a shotgun. It probably goes 9mm, shotgun, and then AR-15. AR-15 is like, whoa, no. 28.5 viewers. I don't know how we get a half viewer. So one thing I wanted to tell you guys about, someone mentioned it, and you probably caught it as well. I'd love your opinions on it. If you noticed, if you've watched my most recent video, other than this one, I've put a lot more client-facing stuff, a lot more advertising stuff directly inside my video, so not like ad breaks. That's cool, Aaron. Aaron says, sorry for the repetitive question, just got off work. No big deal. I put in a lot more product basically spotlights and features. For example, like these bags, Kenai Pro Gear. They give me a percentage of a purchase, right? This company right here, Plastic Case, with their little nano cases. These guys actually potentially could be paying for advertising, right? And one of the things that the reason I'm doing this is because you guys know all about the YouTube stuff where they're demonetizing everything. And it's basically a big attack on the gun world, right? So I'm just finding ways around it, and that's going to be a lot more, just like the video I just put up with the rip rounds versus 2x4s. That's kind of what I'm doing. That's my way around it. And I'm getting private funding and earning it through your views and then placing products. So that's what's happening. So I hope that's okay. Have you had any negative feedback from viewers by putting in the ads? I have not. I had one person, actually really funny story. One person said, you're really becoming a product pimp, but I'm okay with it as long as it's good shit. And I was like, that's fair. The idea is, guys, I'm trying to walk the fine line between not getting crazy with product stuff, but also still trying to survive. And that's the whole idea. So once YouTube cut everything off, it makes it a little difficult, but we're going to get there. Mike asks, was I ever in the military? I was not. I never have been. I am a civilian. That's one thing that I kind of wish I had done in my life, but I've never been in the military. Aaron asks, do I go to NRA shows? Yes, I do. The one here last year, I was in Atlanta. I was actually here. I was like, woo woo. Clover Tag, just don't push something you would not buy or believe in. I'm sure you won't, just stating the obvious. Yep, I appreciate that. Just got my carry permit. Any advice about carrying? Be comfortable with the gun you have, and, excuse me, don't burp on a live stream. Be comfortable with the gun you have, and have a comfortable holster. As long as you like the products you promote. I do. That's one of my requirements. And the other part of that requirement is you guys get a discount on it, so that's awesome. That's kind of the win-win for me. That's how I justify it. Carry every day if you're going to carry. I agree, as long as it's legal in the area you're going. Mini 14, what you think? That is a fantastic gun. Fantastic gun. I still like AR-15s better from a 223 and 5.56 perspective, but it's a good gun. I'm not going to say anything bad about it. It's very, very good. Best muzzle for muzzle climb. Okay, that's actually a good question. That's an excellent question. If you're trying to avoid muzzle climb, you've got to get a compensator, not actually a brake. Aaron says I'm going to be in Georgia in September. Awesome. If you're going to look for an AR-15 or a rifle of any kind and you're trying to avoid the muzzle going up like that, you need to not get a brake, because the brake actually prevents the gun from going back into you and helps with the recoil. The compensator is what keeps the barrel flat. So what you need is an actual compensator. There's two companies that make it really good ones. SLR Rifle Works out of Florida, and I will remember that in a second. I think Faxon Firearms. Nope, not Faxon. They're barrels. I will remember the name of this company in like 5 seconds. But anyway, there's some really good ones out there, but you don't need a brake, you need a compensator. Do I own a 50 cal? No, I do not. I might one day. I might. I'm chasing after Demolition Ranch, Matt on that channel. I'm trying to like catch him in YouTube. So it's got a really long climb because he's like at 3 million subscribers or 4 million subscribers, and I just passed 50. But hey, I believe. Zach asked, how many guns do I own? I own about 27, I think, if you count the lowers. 25, something like that. So, got some cool stuff there. But the NRA shows are fun. I like going to them. Last time I was there, I actually got interviewed by another YouTuber who was trying to start, which was kind of cool. Aaron says, picking up a 10mm for my birthday on the 14th of August. That's awesome. What brand are you getting? I'm curious. Anthony says, Surefire. That's right. All right. Zach says, I own 5. That's good. That's a good start. I dig it. I dig it. I've got hunting rifles. I got all sorts of great stuff. Aaron is getting a Glock 20. Excellent. That is exactly the one that I would get. It's cheaper, it's affordable, and it just plain works. I'm down with that, especially for a trail gun. Because that gun can get good and dirty, and it's still going to work, which is the whole point. The SIG does have a 10mm, but it's almost double the price, and I just don't need that kind of investment right there. No sales tax in Delaware. Rude. We got plenty of it here. Clover, the Glock 20 turned my perception of Glock around. Love mine, great pick. It is a fantastic gun, and it really, especially the Gen 4s. The Gen 4s with that double spring inside around the guide rod really reduces recoil, and it's a great option. Really good gun. Glock 34 or MP 2.0. Glock 34 all day, and only because the MP 2.0 they didn't change enough for me. I looked at it and I was like, nah, that doesn't really do it for me. Is a 10mm a 40 cal? Yes, it technically is. It is a 40 cal round, but it's a shorter cartridge, so it's just less powder, less room, and a smaller projectile. Like weight, grain weight. But yeah, it's the same, which is cool. I'm really excited about a 10mm. I really want a 10mm. When I get out to hog hunting, I want to. It is a 40 Smith & Wesson for a man. That's funny. So when I go hog hunting, I'll have my 40 cal on me the whole time, and I'll also have a few rifles. And I have a whole little crew going with me. I got some filming guys. I've got some guys just for entertainment, all sorts of stuff. Mike, do you hunt? And if you do, what's the biggest game you ever killed? Deer. That's the biggest thing I've hunted. Had the opportunity to hunt elk and moose when I was in Wyoming for a summer, when I was very young, but I never did. I wasn't a hunter at that point in time. So... Anthony, Glock 21 or 41? I think the 41. Let's do a big, long 45. Yeah, let's do that. I really want one of those guns, to be honest. I have no purpose for it, especially if I get a Glock 20. But still, I like the 41. That's awesome. A guy I once was in the range a lot with was like, let's take a 34, but let's make it a 45. And then, like, make it awesome. I was like, cool. Have I ever shot a minigun? I have never shot a minigun. I have not. I'm one of those fledgling beginning YouTube channels. Oh, man. Actually, I think I'm getting into medium size now. I'd say so. You guys can tell me. 41 for sure. 45 needs a long barrel. Yes, it does. I agree completely. And next week, I think... It's either next week or the week after, I'm actually going down to film more RIP rounds, more G2 research rounds. This time we're going to have pig heads. We're going to do, I think about doing a fish. I don't know why. I feel like shooting a fish would be funny and would be interesting to see. I have nothing to back that up with. Like a big fish. We'll be doing, I got the bone test done. What else? I got a chicken. I got the whole chicken test coming. Clover attack. Shoot a fish in the face! It's funny that you said that, because when I ran the idea of shooting a fish by my wife with a pistol, she goes, why? I was like, you never know. People need this data. It's important. And then she immediately switched into, oh, you could have it like aimed open like a big mouth bass and shoot down the mouth and then it come out the tail. And I was like, that's why I married you. She's so proud. Oh man, that's some funny stuff. Dale says, great channel, have a good night. Thank you, Dale. Survival, shooting a fish? You're going to have some trouble shooting a fish. That's going to be a challenge, I'm going to be real. That is going to be not easy. Just because the whole water and ballistics and stuff. Have you tried any of the 22L conversions in the AR platform? Looking at to save on training for my daughter on the AR. That's a good call. It's a good call. I've never actually installed one, but I know they work well. And I mean, I would do it. Nothing wrong with that. The 22, now that it's actually coming down, yeah. Zach asked me, have you ever gone bow fishing? I have not, but I want to. That literally looks like fun. It really looks like fun. I mean, like who? Here's how I picture that going down. All right, let's get on a boat. Let's get a bow and arrow. Yeah, let's put a rope on it. Let's shoot a fish. Well, now we need a reel. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it's hard. The light refraction makes it difficult. I'm sure. No problem, Scott. Do I ever think about traveling and doing shows? Yes, I do. I'll be doing a lot of traveling next year, most likely, doing these shows. And it's just a matter, honestly, it's a matter of finances. It's a matter of if the YouTube channel can support it, I will do it. And I have to be reasonable and I have to be wise, especially now with all the stuff going on. The gun community kind of went to sleep a little bit. We're having less focus on the gun world right now just because everyone feels safe because they won't lose their guns by Trump, and I completely understand that. Then you got YouTube banning all the demonetization, then getting boycotted. So there's a lot of factors which really hit in, and the more money I can get from these like sponsor deals and marketing deals, yes, I will. MP15 is sweet, and I have a new version. It's an awesome gun. Lots of apathy right now. Exactly, Clover, that's exactly right. And right now, it's not a matter of people not caring about guns and their Second Amendment rights. Not at all. I don't believe that. In fact, I have more enthusiasm from people who are non-gun owners to actually interest in the idea, right? Do I own my own gun shop? I do not. I don't need a brick and mortar. I've got the internet, where it's free. The apathy in the market is kind of irritating. There's no threat, like Clover's saying right now. Christopher Daniels just in. Hey, man. What's up, Christopher? Like Clover's saying, there's no immediate threat, so people are kind of relaxing. They're worrying about their 401ks. They're worrying about their stock picks. They're worrying about their kids and their vacations. And I get it. I totally get it. Like I said, I tell you guys, I have 3 kids. I've got a lot on my mind, too. That's just part of it. And I get it. And it'll come back. It'll come back. Just make sure you shoot straight down, not at an angle. That's right, when you're fishing. Or healthcare. That's true, Clover. Hey, Clover, now who's getting off topic? Yeah, Yeah, now what up? Oh, man, but it's just all these things. It will come back. And to be honest, I think that in 2018, I don't think the Republicans are going to have the House. I think they're going to lose some significant influence, and I think that that's when the gun stuff will start coming back because you're going to start hearing it more and more often. Oh, man. Clover says, live streams go off topic. Mine went to talking about chocolate the other night. 100%. It is hard to stay on topic, especially when you've got viewer interaction and you got me being ADD as can be. It's not easy. It's not easy. So I'm glad you guys are sticking with me through this. And plus, I really like this angle. You know, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, the light is money, like right here. And like, it's cool, like manly behind me. And like this. That's awesome. It is all about being real. You are right, Clover. It's 100% about being real. Jonah says the Dems don't want you to protect yourself. No, the Dems typically don't. The Democrats want to protect you. They want to build a system that can provide, protect, and then take away. That's the problem. Alex, hello from California. Hello, Alex. Behind enemy lines. I dig it. Aaron, you make an interesting point regarding the gun community being slack. I was expecting more for us proud Second Amendment supporters in the administration. That's totally true. That is totally true. Most I know in the industry think that we may get some pro-gun movement in 2018. We shall see. There's actually the biggest thing that we're going to get, and this is legitimately, I think we're going to get this, is the silencers are going to be removed from... Oh, dude, I'm still working on the apparel, man. Cops can take 23 minutes to respond. The average is 11 minutes. You're absolutely right. We're going to get the hearing protection removed from the NFA. The silencers removed from the NFA, which is awesome. Any thoughts on trannies in the Army? Like, why? If it's about money and not providing sex changes for my soldiers, cool. I'm okay with it. Whatever. Honestly, Obama burned the whole transgender thing so bad. Like, we need their own bathrooms. Let's talk about that for 3 months. Alright. Fan here in rural Texas. Response is more like an hour. Easy. Woo! Man. Do you ever do black powder hunting? I do not. Sounds interesting. But I think we're going to get, try an hour on cops. Man, cop stuff. Man, it's rough. Not a commercial, join the NRA. The NRA is important. It will help fight those legal battles, which is a big deal. Black powder extends the deer season here by 2 weeks. It also does here in Georgia. Hopefully constitutional carry becomes a federal amendment. I do not put a lot of faith on that. Honestly, I don't think that's going to happen. But I do think the Hearing Protection Act, removing silencers from the NFA, is going to happen. There's been a lot of full movement on it, and it's attaching onto bills as riders that are going through right now. And I think that's going to go through. And when silencers get removed from the NFA, that's going to be a huge win. That's going to be big. I don't think we're going to get national reciprocity for carries. I don't think so. What? I just said that, Clover. That's awesome. I don't think we're going to get national reciprocity. They can't even... The Republicans are so retarded, they can't do anything. Can you tell me if there's any minimum ages for applying for a CNR license? I assume CNR is carry license? Yeah, you have to do 21. Or, yeah. Did you do a Desert Eagle vid yet? No, I have not. What do you think about the 22LR conversion kits? 22LR conversion kits are good. They're good little kits for AR-15s. But yeah, I think the HPA is going to pass. I think we're going to get silencers. I think the price is going to go way down. I don't believe we're going to get national reciprocity because the retards can't even get taxes or healthcare done, and it's just repealing it, which is easy. When are silencers going to be on the shelves? I'd like to get my first one, probably before 2018. Curios and Relics license. CNR license. I don't actually know the details on that. I've never looked into that. But hopefully we can get the silencers. That's a big step, and then because there's no reason they shouldn't be legal. How do I go live? I hit the live button on my YouTube channel. Do you ever think short barrel rifles will make a comeback federally? No, I don't. Short barrel rifles, there's not really a point to them. You don't have a real. There's no. I hope so. You'll think building them at home will be able to go. That'd be awesome. Convert your AR to shoot 50 BMG for 1200. That's true. Thanks for the info. No problem. I don't think that. Oh God, I had it. I had what I was going to say, but I forgot. Curses. I was about to say something really profound, I think. I don't remember. Oh, well. Oh, I remember now. Silencers have a lot of bad press. Join the NRA. Yeah, they do need you. I do recommend joining the NRA. I don't get paid for that. It's just something I recommend. Alex, the short barrel AR-15s or the SBRs, the problem is with those, there's no logical reason for an argument, right? Other than it's my right and I can do it, which is true, but it doesn't win people over. Just being real, you got to have a legitimate reason. The Hearing Protection Act is, what's a good first AK? I'll just get a RAS, an American-made AK, and just break the crap out of it. They are wicked fun. Oh, I completely agree. The SBRs are wicked fun. What I mean is, if I'm talking to a gun control person or a law enforcement agency and trying to get it passed through, well, why do you need this SBR? Because it's awesome. Ain't gonna fly. Sales 101. Meet in the middle and figure out something that appeals to both sides, right? The HPA, the Hearing Protection Act, when you have silencers, you say, listen, guys, there's no big deal about having silencers. It doesn't make it full auto. It doesn't make it more deadly. It doesn't do anything. However, the pros, it helps hearing. So it's healthcare. It makes it easier to shoot. It's nicer, less noise pollution. All of those things. It's like pros and cons, and it's easier to sell silencers than SBRs. Because SBRs, well, you can conceal it better. That's not a good move. Mike says, do I own my own shop? I do not own my own shop. Maybe one day, but I don't have a desire to, honestly. Alex says, I see your point. Well, thank you, Alex. And plus, you're in California. You guys just now got back to 30-round magazines because some judge said, yeah, right. That was awesome, by the way. Woo for California. I think places in Europe require silencers for noise pollution. They actually do. Silencers are highly recommended. Silencers always get a bad rap from people who only watch movies and don't know how guns work. Totally true. That is absolutely true. And we are coming on a 10-minute warning because I cannot make this live stream go over an hour. Because I will just be like, Oh my god, I'm running out of things to talk about. That'll give you something to say for next time. What do you do for a living if you don't own your own gun shop? Alright, so I actually do two things. I have a YouTube channel, which is my own, obviously part of my own business. I train people with firearms. Have I ever built a silencer for a Form 1? No, I have not. Thanks, man. It's a never-ending battle in California. I'm actually thinking about coming out to California and doing a lot of gun stuff, by the way. If I had a 50 caliber, I'd put a suppressor on that, and you'd blow the... It doesn't really do anything. It's not even that loud. Our magazine extensions for several mags are just for specific guns. It's specific guns. I forgot what I was talking about again. Sorry. I'm actually about to address something you guys just asked me, but I kind of forgot. So, yeah, about that. Someone asked me a really good one, too. It's a shame. Oh, man. All right. Wrapping up the stream. We got 10 minutes left. California. Do I do a hunting vid? I will absolutely do a hunting vid. 100%. Job! Yes, that's right. Thank you. See, you guys are with me. You guys are with me. I love that. So, I do a YouTube channel. I train people individually with my own business. I also work for a company called Apple. You may have heard of them. They provide my healthcare and a solid, steady paycheck for when YouTube does silly things like they just did 3 months ago. And I do all this while having 3 kids. And I go to school. I'm a busy dude. But it's all for great things. It's for you guys. It's for the Second Amendment. It's for my business. It's for my family. Tons of great stuff. But that's actually where I get my health benefits from. And I get my the majority of my money, actually. No, not majority. About half. But good gig. Good question. And when I'm not doing that, I shoot stuff. Clover says they have an anti-firearm policy for apps. I fought Apple for 3 weeks over an app, but it officially won their grace. Your wife must be awesome. My wife is awesome. BT dubs. My wife is really cool. She's actually given me 2 amazing little boys, and then a director of marketing was actually born in March, my daughter. She just doesn't know it yet because she can't talk. Whatever. He says, Alex says I tried to buy a 30-round mag in Cali, and no can do. Didn't work out, did it? See, these liberal governments tend to do this stuff. That's crazy. And one thing, by the way. Love tannerite. That's right, you do, Christopher. Do you carry a knife with a gun? Yes, I do. I do carry a little pocket knife, a 3-inch blade, 4-inch blade, something like that. I always carry one. If I can tell you anything to anybody about government, a government strong enough to provide all your needs is also a government strong enough to take them all away. Just saying. A really good example of this would be Charlie Gard, the baby that the British government just killed. Oh, Mike, have a good night, and thank you. Thank you, Mike, for joining. Is tannerite for feral pig extermination? Is it ethical? No, probably not ethical. I don't think. I'm just going to shoot it and kill it, and I'm not going to blow it up. Oh, Alex says he like in Texas. I like in Texas, too. I really want to go in Texas. Sounds like a good place, that Texas. Oh, man. Yeah, the Charlie Gard thing was so horrible, he may have had a chance. Yes, he would have. And if you guys are new to this, Charlie Gard was a baby who had a genetic abnormality in Britain, and they raised millions of dollars, and they said, hey, we're going to take him to the United States, and the British government said, no, you cannot. The baby's going to die here because we know better than you. And they killed a 8-month-old baby. If you want to come to Texas, I can put you up, just to let you know. Thank you, Clover. I appreciate that. I want some Texas hog hunting. I'm gonna be real. I want to get my hands on some Texas hog hunting. You make that happen? Oh, girl, we can make that happen. We can go shooting stuff and like hog hunting and like bonfiring stuff. It'd be awesome. I've always wanted to hunt hogs in Texas. Thermal suppressed shoot. Come on. Oh, I think I just got a hog hunt connect. Clover, we will talk about that. That's awesome. Oh, man. All right, guys. 5 minutes left, and we're wrapping this bad boy. I have enjoyed this stream. This is a fun one. 500-pound hogs in Texas. Well, that'd be kind of fun. That'd feed a lot of people. Let's go feed some people. Oh, man. I love that Texas feral pig, man. Good shiz. Feral pig man from Texas. Yeah, I think that's a show, right? Like I think it was called the Pig Man, I think. He has his own ammo now with Hornady. I was like, what? Come on. I can do that. See him pushing 300 pretty regular. Yeah, they're about 300-pound pig. That's pretty big. Those who hammer their guns into plows will plow those for those who don't. You are absolutely right. I believe Benjamin Franklin said that? Or was it... Outstanding show. He's saying good night. Thank you. This was great. Good job and enjoyable. Got to get back to work. Take care. See you later, Roland. I appreciate it. I think that was Benjamin Franklin. Is it Benjamin? I'm pretty sure it was Benjamin Franklin. I think. That was a good quote either way. Yeah, him, Thomas. It was either him or Thomas Jefferson or the guy who did the pamphlets, Common Sense, Thomas Paine. Good info, dude. Thanks. Hey, no problem. I enjoy these things. I am glad that I could interact with you guys, because that's the coolest thing. Is like the more I interact with you guys, the more you can get to know my personality a little bit different behind the camera. So, have you ever fired a 17 WSM? I have. That is a fun gun to shoot. Very low recoil, extremely accurate, and hyper velocity. It's like 3,100 feet per second. Whew! You hunt some prairie dogs with that bad boy. Thing's awesome. Scott says thanks and God bless. Scott, see you later. Thank you for stopping in. Oh man, very successful live stream tonight, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. I love that. I love interacting with you guys, and I thank you so much for watching the videos. But until the next time, I think we'll get some late dinner over here on the East Coast. It's about 11 o'clock, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in.